Hi, everybody. We're back with the Journey to the Parliament, our fourth episode with First Elder. Well, you have a lot of titles there, but Alyssa Maxon Kemp of the Correllian tradition. And let me go ahead and let you describe yourself, however you like to be phrased too.
How would I like to describe myself? Yeah. First Elder, artificer, mother.
Mm-hmm. And so you do quite a bit in there. I know a lot of at the Parliament and things of that nature. We'll probably be carrying a lot of your handiwork and your group's handiwork.
Yes, definitely.
So the first time you went to Parliament was the Salt Lake, Utah, the sixth convening at the time in 2015. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about your first impression of it? What brought you there in that first impression?
So what brought me to the Parliament was, I think, just an overwhelming desire to learn and grow. I heard, of course, you talk about it and Lord Don talk about it a lot. And I saw pictures and I really wanted to experience that for myself. And it was a phenomenal experience. It changed my life. It's hard to describe the energy of Parliament unless you're there, but it's such a diverse gathering of people who are gathered for the same purpose of learning and love and togetherness. And the energy is just amazing, and you meet people in passing, and you strike up conversations. And some of the people I met at Parliament, I'm still in touch with. One of them, I met a woman named Katie, who was a student at the time, and I'm still in touch with her on Facebook from a completely different faith.
Yeah, so you do build these sort of relationships. So you were also at the Toronto one, yeah. And you took on quite a role. I mean, you filled in for the first priestess at the time, to doing the illustration ritual. Was before a crowd, and you did it with a baby on you, that sort of thing.
I did.
That was amazing, and people were very impressed by that. But do you have? That's a memorable moment. That's probably my most memorable moment of you at the Parliament so far.
Yeah, that was very memorable.
But do you have anything that you remember that's memorable to you?
I mean, Parliament in general is just like full of, I like to say it's like full of moments, because there's the workshops that you go to where you learn, and then there's like these moments in between, but you could turn a corner and like find something completely unexpected. Like the Toronto Parliament, I walked into a room just to see what was there, and there was a group of Confucians teaching calligraphy, and I sat with them and they taught me calligraphy for about a half hour, and it was very cool. He was like a calligraphy master, and he was just like sitting there in like this little side room, and nobody else was around, and I'm not sure anybody knew he was there, but he had his little table and assistants and like traditional materials, like brushes, and it was very cool. And of course, in Utah, what's memorable was the Native Americans had a fire pit outside, where were teaching people how to leave offerings, how to honor the four quarters of the fire, and holding sunset and sunrise rituals. So that was fantastic. That was I remember that. There was a chant that they did. I don't remember the words, but it was about water and mothers, and it was just like, it hit you right here. I think there's video of it that that Lady Elizabeth took, actually, that's still floating around. But it was Parliament will like always surprise you. Always.
So this time you're going in your own tradition at a considerably different spot from where you've attended the last two.
Yeah.
Well, you were there when Lady Stephanie, you were part of the crowd that cheered her on when Lady Stephanie walked, that sort of thing. And in a lot of ways, you've taken on probably a very prominent role for, they talk about you've taken leadership in your generation within the tradition in a lot of ways, as becoming first elder of the tradition and having a lot of these skills and things of that nature. So I know some people talk legacy and all of that, but going to the Parliament, and last time you represented the tradition very well. What do you expect of this one? Does this change how you look at the Parliament?
No, I think I'm still there as a participant, just like everybody else. I'm excited to see our tradition so well represented again. I'm excited to bring the girls again. I brought Mabel to the Parliament in Toronto, and having a child at Parliament, just people's faces just light up seeing babies there. And the Toronto Parliament had a little area for kids, which was really cool. So I'm hoping the Chicago one has something similar, like a multi-faith children's area. Each faith had like a little activity for them. So that was really neat. But no, I've always felt like I visited the Parliament as a representative of the Correllian tradition, and a representative of our values and our specific brand of paganism and Wicca. And I don't think that changes at all. If anything, I think being first elder just reinforces that and makes it more of an imperative to really represent the tradition well.
And a little fancier robe this time.
Well, the robes always get fancier.
Do they? Yeah, they do. Well, that was one of the things, I think that you were very much a part of that movement at the 2015 Parliament, where everybody was convening and people were getting into the robes, but it wasn't official that we would do that. You were one of the people who led the effort to get everybody in their robes for that moment, and it turned out to be historic.
Yep. And I made the Correllian banner for that moment. And I think I carried it with Lady Karen and Lord Eblis. There's a picture of us somewhere with Lady Steph carrying the banner before she walks in. And I mean, that moment when Lady Steph walked in with the other faiths was just, I think I cried. It was just beautiful. The high priestess honored like that.
Absolutely. Now, going into this one, we've the traditions learned how to handle a little better. We have more cooperative behaviors. If you're listening in July or anytime before, check with us. We're doing group rates. Yay. And we already have 35 people committed to going.
That's fantastic.
That's as big as the whole group went last time. So that's very nice. And I think it is that teaching sort of moment. And I know we're working towards greater representation of our own selves within that. So we talk a little bit about it, but what do you think we're going to bring to the Parliament this time? Do you have any clue? This is just one of those things I'm asking. Because Correllian's going to carry into the Parliament this time with us?
What do we as Correllians bring to the Parliament? I think we as a group have always had a deep sense of unity amongst us. To be Correllian is to be family. I've always believed that. And family has differences, but we have never let these differences truly divide us in the modern age of Correllianism. And I think the unity of our family, our living family, and our deceased family on the other side of the veil. You know, we don't make that distinction. We are united, ancestors and incarnate, discarnate. I think we bring a special flavor of unity and love that really speaks not just to other pagans, but to other faiths. I think other faiths are excited to learn about us, excited to see us in our robes, excited to ask about our robes, excited to, you know, interact with such a large group.
I think so too. Well, thank you so much for taking some time and talking with us as we journey to the Parliament, which is August 14th through 18th, 2023. A little bit more than a year away. And
I want to extend an invitation to all Correllians that if you have the means to think about coming to Parliament, I think you should try to plan on coming to Parliament. And I think that you will be surprised what you will find there and how much it will change your perceptions of the world and of the interfaith movement. There are so many program offerings, so many things to learn, so many people to interact with, that you will not leave Parliament the same person that you walked in every time. Every time you will change.
I can attest to that. So check it out if you want to find out how to help, Correllian.com. And looking forward to have more conversations as we get closer to the event.
Definitely.
All right. And blessed be. And we will continue on with the journey to Parliament. And have a great day, everybody. Blessings.
Blessed be.